Nobody can beat me when I am at my best with these people behind me. Did you say John Cena?
I did.
I can't see John Cena throwing me over the top rope on February the 1st. Did you say Roman Reigns? Roman Reigns needed my help to settle family business at War Games and in the Royal Rumble. There are no friends. It's every man for himself. I put Drew McIntyre in the dirt. Don't ask me about Sami Zayn. He's not on my level. You put Hulk Hogan in the Royal Rumble. I'll throw his dusty ass over the top rope and I'll kill Hulkamania once and for all.
Get ready! Get ready. Get ready for the worst raw review on the internet. The worst raw review on the internet. STRAWS raw with Eric B and Randy C. Chickens or bananas and fresh roast beef. This is STRAWS raw.
Hello, friends, listeners, and newcomers. It's me, Eric B., and they call me the Raw Dog. And I'm here on the Huge Pop Radio Hub to bring you the STRAWS Raw review. Thank you for joining us, everybody. My personal thanks to everyone for joining us, as per usual. But also, I have to introduce my partner in crime, my puppy in crime, my PIC, my schnauzer from another Mauja. His name is Randy C. Randy, what up, brother?
Word up, brother. Hey, Eric B. Hey, everybody, it's me, Randy C. And as usual, we are powered by something. Interiorplants.ca. You want your business or home more beautiful? Well, look no further. She is the doctor of plantonomics. Interiorplants.ca. Go check her out. Also powered by Huge Pop. You thought last week's interview was good. Well. This week we got Drew McIntyre. Join Donnie and Jimmy on TSN 690 every Wednesday at 11 p.m. or on all podcasting platforms, where this week they have the one, the only, the main event of last night, Drew McIntyre, and he shares a little about his past and his future here with WWE. Amazing episodes, and if you thought those two interviews are good, trust me, I've seen the lineup till past Elimination Chamber. You're gonna want to listen to it. As well as the Smack Daddies, the East Coast podcasting champions of the world, the Smack Daddies. Brad and Greg give you their WWE SmackDown review every Saturday morning. As well as Steve Swift's Rambling Reviews. NXT reviews, to be a fact. Yes, he had a couple of weeks off, but he will be back this week, giving you the best of NXT and their reviews. And we can't forget about the handshaking team. Well, I can't forget about it because he keeps putting fingers in my face while I'm talking. It's Eric Blondone. Join the handshaking team daily as they have raffles, Razzies, mini raffles, so on and so forth. You can win a belt. You can become a champ of THT and the handshaking team. Or you can become a loser like me. But no, not really. I've won a couple times. And the group is fantastic. Go to facebook.com/the handshaking team. As well as the law. What's the work? with Brady Wedham and Chris Tidwell. Join them on a semi-weekly basis, I guess you can say now, as they talk about the best in MMA, boxing, and a little wrestling in there too. That's all on the Huge Pop Network. Now, Eric B. I don't think you've had it as of late. You got my back, bud. You got my back. I got your back.
I got your back always, bro. I always have your back. I am the Sami Zayn to your Seth Rollins, friend.
I'd rather be KO. Or you are definitely Sami Zayn. I'm playing. I'm playing.
Well, I have a little more hair. I do have a little more hair, but that's nothing bad to say about Mr. Samurai Zayn. But yeah, Randy, I got your back always. I'll throw some bows, I'll throw down, I'll toss some people through an announcer's table, a brand new branded announcer table, may I add. I'll do all of that stuff for you. I'll do it live on Netflix, I'll do it on YouTube's, I'll do it on ABC, whenever. If it's Saturday, if it's Monday, or even if it's Sunday. Why do you ask?
No, I just wondered because that was just part of last night's WWE RAW. So that's the reason why I do ask. You got my back. But how was your week? You do anything special?
No. God, no. I still find myself in the funk of coming off of, I think, potentially what was walking pneumonia. But yeah, I definitely did nothing exciting at all besides watch football games. How about them Buffalo Bills? Poor Mark Andrews, man. That guy is getting roughed up. Randy, poor Mark Andrews is getting death threats. Death threats for missing that 2-point conversion in what was a very cinematic game. Yeah, that was a heck of a football game. You enjoy that football game, Randy?
100%. I'd be jumping for joy, but bad back, quote the mighty Scar from Lion King. But yeah, it was great. A great weekend of football in total. One big upset with the Detroit Lions. I was sad. I was actually sad for another team because the guy seems like a genuinely really good dude, Mr. CJ Stroud. And I don't know. He's young. I think he'll do well in this NFL thing called football. But and he's actually done really, really well. But I felt sorry for him because I saw a couple after conferences or press conferences with him. And no, he got put over his team. You do, like a leader should. And admit defeat and give praise to the victors.
He's a very emotional man, which is kind of missed in sports a lot of the time. But he is a very emotional man, somebody with a ton of heart. And yeah, that whole team was just ripped apart by injuries at that point. Ripped apart by injuries. So that's what happens sometimes.
But first, I just want to make sure everybody out there, let us pray. Josh Allen goes against the mighty Patrick Mahomes this week.
And Las Vegas. Don't you mean Patrick Mahomes and Las Vegas?
Yes, and Las Vegas. So can Patrick falter like we know he can? How much money is he going to put out for the rest of this week? But don't worry, people. We have the mighty Josh Allen, a different Josh Allen from years past, a final contract year Josh Allen. So will he give his all? I definitely think so, because if he wins the next game, he is going to be the first billion-dollar man in the NFL. So I'm playing.
It is going to be a match that includes two very high-profile fiancés, two extremely high-profile fiancés. Let's just put it like that. But Randy, talking a lot about the footballs and stuff. We're just not talking that much about the show. And our show is nothing without our listeners, right?
Right, 100%. And you can always follow us at youtube.com/@DrawStrawsRaw and give me questions, because guess what, Eric? We're going to start a new little segment. We have questions today. Questions from the listeners. New names as well as familiar ones.
Oh, so, new names. Okay, we'll take some new names and familiar names. And like I said, friends, listeners, and newcomers, send us questions.
From the X, or the formerly Twitter. No, not Blue Sky, because Donald Trump's in office. So we're going to say X again. That's the big thing. So just like the Gulf of America, let's throw a question from X Penta El Dante. Great name, by the way. So,
Oh, wow.
yes. Penta El Dante asks, hey guys, love the show. What did you guys think about Penta's debut last week on WWE RAW on Netflix? Eric B., go ahead. You go first, sir.
I thought it was everything that it had to be and a little bit more some. They definitely put a huge stock into Penta and his entrance, which we see even get better and better this week somehow. And they gave him a good opponent to work with, somebody who's another tough guy in the ring, somebody who they can just beat the absolute bejesus out of each other. And we continue to see it going. So, yeah, I think it was a great debut for him. Probably one of the best that we've seen in a long time.
100%. When you sell the most masks in a day than you did in your entire career, definitely, you know, you're going to go somewhere. And dressing up too, and I didn't mention it last week, the greatest luchador ever, La Parka. We never said it last week. Remember, the week before we said Penta's coming, and what's his costume? And I said, La Parka's coming? And guess what? He noticed that as well. Thank you. Just brought to you here first on Straw Raw the week before. So definitely, everybody, you're welcome. But
much thanks to our listeners at WWE. We are here for you.
That's right. That's right. But I enjoyed it. I wasn't a fan of Penta really before. I think the Zero Miedo thing all the time in AEW was just way too much. Like all the time. So, yeah, I got enough of him. He looked great. The entrance was great. He wrestled great. Yeah, definitely way better. Way better. And I'm excited than his previous time in the other brand. So, yes, I was very happy.
Lots of other brand stuff going on, too. Lots of other brand stuff going on.
Yes, yes, yes. So, the next question from Facebook from Nick Malakovic.
Ooh. Hello, Nick.
Eric and Randy, who do you think is going to win this year's Royal Rumble? And who do you think is going to headline at WrestleMania nights 1 and 2?
You want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first this time. I'm presuming 1 or 2 people at Royal Rumble, and for certain reasons. I presume John Cena might win this year's Royal Rumble. The time is now, because the time will not be next year. So I presume John Cena winning the 1 or Roman. But Elimination Chamber, I presume either Roman and or CM Punk winning that. Having like a John Cena versus Gunther, which a lot of people are saying, or a John Cena versus Kevin Owens for WrestleMania night 1 or 2. We'll talk about this episode a little later, and I'll explain the reason why I say Kevin Owens. But then maybe a Roman Reigns, either like we talked about on last week's show, a 3-way, or CM Punk trying to cash in a favor and can't for the WrestleMania, where Roman and a new group after WrestleMania go against Roman and his little bloodline, the OG bloodline. How about you, Eric?
I see it the other way around. I see CM Punk winning in the Royal Rumble, and I see like a defunct John Cena kind of losing it, having to fight his way into that match, fighting his way into the match, just sort of like we saw Shawn Michaels have to do so many years ago. But I still think that Cena will definitely headline one night of WrestleMania, and he'll get there one way or another, probably Elimination Chamber. We have to see a little desperation from Cena in this last year. We can't just say, because you're retiring, everything is being handed to you easily, and I feel like winning the Royal Rumble is an easy way of getting there.
Pretty good answer. So last question from Jason Mitchell.
Oh, God. I mean, amazing. That's great. Yeah, go ahead.
Why don't you guys talk about your deli reviews anymore? What do you suggest for a person like me in London to go eat?
I haven't really been to London that much, so I can't really give you too many thoughts about what to go eat. But I think that I sent Randy like a deli in London that we picked up. Geez, man, I wish I was prepared for this question. But yes, they sell roast beefs and sandwiches. Just don't go there before 5 p.m. where the selection of beef is going to be really strange.
Yeah, it's weird that some of the places in London they have this all you can eat roast beef buffet during the day, and I would never suggest anything. Maybe an Arby's, like, you know what I mean, would probably be your high end roast beef selection there in London. Nothing
They
against
definitely
London.
they no, nothing against
No,
London, but they
nothing.
definitely have places that have like vats of meat that are in liquid. For sure. You know,
Yeah.
what type of liquid meat would you like today, sir? That's definitely a London thing, I would believe. Pizzas, definitely pizzas.
I can tell you
Pizzas.
there's no Caribbean slice in London, so
Oh, you know what? Nothing as great as Caribbean slice can ever be anywhere but Toronto. All right. If you want your pure fusion collective of food, you got it right there with Caribbean slice. And that's a good segue into this week's Monday Night Raw. Randy, should we talk about some wrestling or
no,
what?
not really, not yet. But I just want to just finish with it. Yes, yeah, maybe go travel a little outside. Maybe go to a Kitchener or a Waterloo or a Cambridge, right? And just don't go to
Oh,
Hamilton for a nice, good deli selection there, Gimpy. But yes, I guess we should definitely get into this week's WWE Raw from the great state of Texas, where everything is bigger and better, from the American Airlines Center in Dallas. Sorry there, Eric. I apologize. I keep doing it every week. I keep
I
forgetting
like it.
it's not my
I like
spot.
it. It's yours. No, it's your spot now.
No,
You've
no, it's
taken
yours.
it.
It's definitely yours. I just like teasing you every week because I got your
Well,
back,
you know
bro.
what?
I
You
got
know
your
what? Oh, you got my back now, do you?
yeah,
Do you?
yeah.
Do you? All right. Well, you know what, Randy? Like some pinwheel fireworks, let's set this thing off. Just a little bit off with timing, though. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
So, on that note, let's start the review. Right?
100%. Go for it.
All right, Randy. Let's get going, buddy. Like Randy said, we are in Dallas, Texas. And for some reason, WWE wanted to bring the whole PBR rodeo crew in. They definitely had the Cowboys to bring in. We know they're not doing anything. Maybe they're in Cancun. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It was the inauguration yesterday, right? So maybe they're in Washington.
Was it even the inauguration yesterday? Honestly, it was Martin Luther King Day for me, and I was watching basketball all day. I just heard about stuff in memes afterwards. That's about it. But you know what I didn't hear about in memes, Randy? I didn't hear about wrestling and memes because I watched it. And we're almost ready for another round of Saturday night's main event, which is going to
Which
be
you
followed
can
by
catch our review, a Saturday night's main event review with myself and Eric B this Sunday morning. So catch, we'll tell you what you missed if you didn't watch it. So catch me and Eric this Sunday morning with the
Heck
Saturday
yes.
night, with Sunday morning main event.
There we go. Sunday morning main event. I like the way that's.
There you go. Sorry, I apologize. Let's get into the wrestling though. I apologize. We like veered a little.
God, I just can't get into this goddamn wrestling here. But we are less than 2 weeks away here from the Royal Rumble. It is sneaking up on us fast and furious. And we got to talk about that. And we got to talk about Saturday night's main event, which brings in Mr. Main Event Jey Uso himself, yeeting all over Dallas. No marijuana near him this time, folks. He is there just to have a good time. And he's talking about challenging Gunther. Yeet or no yeet, Randy?
Yeet. 100% yeet.
Yeet,
100%
yeet,
yeet.
yeet.
I'm eating. It's a yeet bukkake.
Oh, a yeet cocky. I forgot to mention as well, a few changes have been made here leading into Monday Night Raw. Transfer portal action is going on. Bailey is now added to the roster, as well as Nia Jax officially in her super red gear looking like a raspberry.
Oh, I didn't hear about Nia Jax. I heard Bailey, but yeah.
Mhm.
Lucky you, SmackDaddies.
I know. They win again. They get Tiffy. We get Nia. Excellent. Good times. I definitely know Donnie DeSilva is happy about that, though,
Yeah,
right?
probably.
All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. But yes, Jey Uso is here and he's live on Netflix. Everybody is just going hard with that Netflix branded gear, as we'll see later on in the show. But Gunther is quickly here to interrupt in his suit and his loafers with no socks look. Randy, I think I've said this before, but what the hell is that look, man?
I love it.
You
I love
love
it.
it.
I
You
do.
love it.
I love it.
You're an exposed ankle king over there, are ye?
Well, no, it's style. It's fashion, right?
As a Canadian man who wears business attire for real life work, I just don't see how it works for my ankles. Doesn't
Well,
work for my ankles, pal.
maybe if you would follow my lead and wear Crocs with your suits, you get more sales
Oh
in
my
real estate.
God.
But that's okay. I don't have to tell you everything, sir.
Oh my God.
I got your back, bro.
Crocs. Oh, you got my back. Is that the case? Anyways, look, Gunther versus Jey Uso. It's coming. It's coming in fast and furious. And they's gonna have fights. So they's has fights in the ring itself. But as Gunther promises to expose Jey for what he is at Saturday night's main event. Man, Randy, that's a lot of high level wrestling from Monday Night Raw to Friday, SmackDown to Saturday's main event. A lot of action for these performers, man.
100%. Only 2 hours on Saturday. Thank goodness for them, though. But yes, I guess pieces from both brands will be there. But what is both brands anymore, anyways? So yes, Jey looked mighty happy. Jey really, like, Gunther has really made Jey look not as confident, if I'm making sense to that. And I don't know. I do not think Jay's going to win, but I believe it's due to this confidence. So
He cannot win.
it's possible.
As far as the storylines that you're planting, especially with the John Cena thing, it's possible. Anything is possible, but I just think that it's going to remove all of the luster from Gunther if we give Jey some type of like quick title reign. I think that Jey will get his time in the sun, and I think it's going to happen after John Cena gets his time in the sun. That's my
To
opinion.
remind you, this is WWE on Netflix, where WWE makes you feel good.
It's true. Everything is about happiness. Nothing can be about anything else. No, not really. We're starting to see them kind of get back into their normal. Let's not make everybody super happy and let's not have influencers in the front row kind of thing. Come on, this show, our main event celebrities is PBR crew from the rodeo, whatever, and the announcer as well. Who knows these people? I don't know.
They're owned by
I'm not
TKO, right?
Oh, that's why.
PBR. That's
Okay.
why, 100% why. Except for, I guess after this match, you sort of see it. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to jump on your spot here, but JBL's music is playing, and then all of a sudden you see this guy in a cowboy hat, and I'm like, holy crow, JBL looks a lot younger. But you're right, it's the PBR crew. They're all in cowboy hats. JBL is introduced to commentate on the next match.
Yeah, good call. And he's done so by being in the back there with the evil New Day, and they're all black look. All black, and that's why I'm wearing all black today too, because I'm in my evil look as well. All black.
Very nice.
But the New Day, back on the screen and having a little conversation ski there with JBL. They can't even get ahead with JBL, man. Even JBL is making fun of them, saying the whole reason why people like the New Day is because of Big E. So he would have gotten rid of them too. John Bradshaw Layfield, man, he's everywhere. He was on TNA the night before this. He's everywhere. Where is he going to show up next? He might just come running onto the screen here if you're watching on YouTube, folks. You never know. Jeez, but the guy's really making the tour, Randy. He is
100%.
making the JBL tour.
No black leather jacket overcoat for him, so I knew no clotheslines from anywhere were coming. Or not coming, sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, no clotheslines tonight, folks. But okay, moving forward. Bailey is here. She's officially on Raw, and she's ready for some Nia Jax tonight. And they're both going into the Women's Royal Rumble match. That's a thing too, Randy.
Yeah, yeah, we forgot about to talk about the women.
Well, what's really going on with the Women's Royal Rumble match here? Like,
Hey.
who's really, besides returns?
I will say, well, if that's the direction you're going, I will say, and you can put money down here, and you heard it here first, if I'm right. If I'm wrong, you didn't hear anything. Roxanne Perez is going to win the Women's Royal Rumble. The first NXT person is going to win the Women's Royal Rumble.
Jeez, Randy with a plus 5,000 odds kind of prediction there.
Yes.
Put a buck on it. Put a buck on it, buddy.
Oh.
Let's go. Anyways, like I said, let's go forward here with some wrestling. We're going to get Rey Mysterio versus Kofi Kingston in his heel gear, which is just black jeans and Nikes. I wonder if he's going to auction off those Nikes a la Roman Reigns. Man, Nike all over the scene here, Randy. Might as well just put their logo also on the ring that has like 95 logos now. What do you think?
100%. I think they definitely should do that because, yes, you're right. It is all over the place.
It's all over the place, but it's times for the match. And JBL, like Randy said, is here on commentary. What do you think about JBL on commentary? A little fun. And also commentary tonight, we are seeing a little bit of a change with Wade Barrett there with Michael Cole, probably because Pat is a little busy with, college football championship last night.
Yeah, 100%. JBL was always good on commentary for me. So seeing him there. A weird replacement though, Wade Barrett, which I'm not disagreeing with, but no Corey Graves, which you think would be the second runner-up. So is this a work or is this real? What's going on with Corey Graves? But I'm definitely happy. It is Wade Barrett and JBL and Mr. Michael Cole, a little reminiscing from old days of past, and a match. And they pointed out too of two former heavyweight champions.
Yep, two former heavyweight champions. JBL loved Kofi Mania. He just thinks that Kofi is a bit of a jerk. I actually don't mind him on commentary. I think it's pretty fun. A nice little addition there, and also a good way to work him into this whole Netflix Raw appearance with JBL. That's really what it is. Rey Mysterio is wearing these very ill-fitted Raw on Netflix branded tights. Instead of saying Raw, it says Rey. Very strange. His gear is always on point, man. Just tonight, I was like, what's going on? It looked like he was wearing baggy pants. Baggy pants like Bagger Vance.
Or Magret.
Or Sorry. Okay. Anyways, we see Kofi getting in his beatings here. They're working on the outside of the ring at one point. It looks like Kofi goes to lift for a power bomb. I think Rey was trying to work himself into a counter here for her Karana. Little slip up here. This is like the first time that we've ever seen Rey start to show some kinks in this illustrious armor of his ageless man career. When I saw that happen, I was like, whoa, that never happens with Rey Mysterio, but they make it look good enough. Kofi's working on the midsection here. Just the thud of his back hitting the ground was, oof, Randy. I just said, oof, man. Rey, a champion, like Randy said, not only by title, but also by man and also by longevity of his career here. Still working on Monday Night Raw. It's absolutely amazing and insane at the exact same time. He still is able to hit a 619, but Kofi counters it with some raised knees. Oh my God, Randy, what's going to happen here at the end of the match? Rey Mysterio actually wins, reverses this. He had the LWO run out afterwards for the save as they're trying to protect him. Kofi and Xavier turned their attention to the LWO. Randy, the heel faction of the New Day, is now feuding with the LWO as their first feud in their heel turn. We were waiting for the heel turn. What are your thoughts on this?
Did they look good? Yes. Do they have the heel support? Yes. LWO is your first feud with all this heat. Is it a good idea? Well, it has to be somebody, but I don't know, man. I really don't know. Good match for what it was. Yes, 100%. Like, Kingston Mysterio. Like you said, two former champs. Kofi throwing his heel side, heel match style out. And the commentary, like, loving it, liking it, disliking it. It was good. But yeah, LWO to start, when you lose to Rey and then you destroy the rest of his crew, I don't get that. I never ever got that. Like, you know what I mean? If you're gonna destroy a crew, like, destroy the leader, then destroy the rest or whatever if you're in a match with them. So, but yeah, not a very well, Mysterio won, so WWE with the feel good moments, but yeah, but who really won the war?
The reversal era is here, folks,
Yes.
because we see a lot of reversals tonight. This is definitely the way that we're going with the end of a lot of the matches. Yeah, Rey still won the match. Ultimately, it was a decent match for what it is. To your point, Randy, why not beat down the leader? Why not, like, make this kind of a legend killer aspect? You already beat Big E to death proverbially as you can, right? Because he can't work in this whole back situation. But neck situation, sorry. But with Rey, yeah, why not just make it look like you take him out? Give Rey a break too. You know, give him a couple of weeks off until he shows up in the Royal Rumble looking for Kofi Kingston for revenge or something like that, right? I don't know about the LWO being brought into this as your first feud. It just doesn't give me the fire that I need. They really need to take somebody out, and Rey would have been the perfect guy to do it with.
Well, there were speculation and rumors last night that this match was actually supposed to be Rey Mysterio and Penta versus the New Day, because remember, the New Day, they had in a match tonight against a mystery opponent.
Yeah.
Right? So the New Day, that's a tag team. So I don't know why it got switched, if that is true. We're only fans. We're only looking on the internet. I'm not saying I'm media and know anything in the background. But
yeah,
again, they did advertise it as the New Day versus a different tag team. So the rumor was it was supposed to be Penta. So if it was Penta, I guess, I don't know. I would have preferred to see that, to be honest with you.
I think that they're doing the best that they can right now to protect the push of the New Day as heels, and also it's so obvious that they put a lot of stock into Penta, and pushing him is something huge. You can see actually a behind the scenes video of Triple H rehearsing Penta's new entrance that we see this evening. So they are full on into the whole Penta thing. And I just don't know if beating the New Day would have given him what he needs to continue in comparison to the match that we see later tonight. That's my opinion. That's my 2 cents. Like I said, I'm just a fan, not a know-it-all. So let's move forward here with the review. American Made is in the back, and of course they're angry about what happened last night. Sorry, last week. Last night. Probably last night, too. These guys go through a lot of hard times. Hard times only. But they're not happy about it. Chad Gable has to master luchador skills, and who's he going to turn to it? One of the greatest luchadors in the WWE, folks. It's Dominic Mysterio.
Arriba
Dirty is more like it. All right,
the
let's go.
Gulf of America is back, baby. No, so go ahead.
For some reason, we have to look back at Wade Barrett winning the first season of NXT nearly 15 years ago here in this arena.
I liked it.
Netflix.
All
right, Netflix is here, and so is Sami Zayn, folks. He is here for a chat, and during the whole chat, we're going to have 50% talking and 95% pointing at the camera as he talks. Even when he's just talking about, like, how he's feeling and whatever he ate for breakfast, is this guy constantly pointing at the camera? After a little while, the point of the camera gets to be like the Zero Miedo thing in AEW. What is the pointing at the camera thing, Randy?
I don't know. You ask me every week, and I just don't know. Does he have like a side of Italian in him? I don't think so. But yeah, I see it. In everything he does, he points. So
Listen, 14-year-old Sami Zayn still wants that title, damn it, and that's why he's going to win the Royal Rumble. And here comes his bestie, or maybe his worstie. Who knows what's going to happen? It's Kevin Owens, man. Kevin Owens is here wearing some fine Bret Hart attire, may I ask. Just a perfect heel run right now for Kevin Owens, if you ask me. I have no idea why WWE is not licensing the Canadian Dream son of a security systems technician t-shirt. That's like the best t-shirt I've seen WWE have on TV in a very long time. Rob Arbic, let me know what you think about that in the comments, Mr. T-shirt King of WWE. But yeah, Kevin Owens is here, guys. What's going to happen? These guys obviously have a long history. Brothers and brothers sometimes fight, right, Randy? Sometimes we fight. Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes we fight, but afterwards we make up and then we fight again. It depends on what the booking is, actually, between me and Randy, folks. I can't speak more about that.
100%.
But yes, he believes Sami Zayn can win the Royal Rumble. He believes it. And he's talking about his match coming up, at the Royal Rumble with Cody Rhodes, which is going to have a contract signing for on Saturday night's main event that you can listen to me and Randy talk all about on Sunday morning's main event. Right, Randy?
That's right. That's right. Where Eric B and myself will go over Saturday night's main event, and Eric will not touch his mic during the whole process of the review. So
I haven't done it once yet. I have
yes,
not done it.
I'm winking. You wait till you hear this back, bro.
Oh my god.
But go ahead.
Okay, fine. I'm not meaning to. It's not the
I
mic.
know.
It's actually my
wink,
computer screen.
wink, because I have your back, bro.
Oh, you have my back? Well, you know what? Kevin Owens knows that Sami Zayn's going to have his back as well when the time comes. And that's it. He just leaves it at that and walks away from little Sami. Nice little segment here. I like it. Anytime that we have Kevin Owens and Sami together, whether they're together as a tag team or they are against one another, which I personally like it a little bit more when they fight each other, in my opinion. It's always good to have them on screen together.
100%. Poor Sami, man. He's running out of friends. They're pulling him in every direction. Like, what kind of friends does he have? Like, you have to pull him in every single direction. It reminds me growing up in elementary school, my big brown rimmed glasses. You're my friend. You're my friend. No, nobody was my friend. They just wanted to use me as like a Red Rover easy knockdown. Like, you know what I mean? Or whatever it may be. But yeah, poor Sami. You got put on the spot there by Kevin in his really nice jacket in the windmill over his shoulder. But I enjoyed it. I really, really actually enjoyed this promo. It makes Kevin Owens relevant again. We're seeing him on both programs. So.
Yeah, he's all over the brands. Not only both programs, but also the third one as well. The defunctory Saturday night's main event. Anyways. Sheamus is here, folks, and he's ready to win the Intercontinental title. It's the only one that he's never won. Are we ready to see it happen, Randy?
I hope Braun Breaker beats him in 9 seconds like Sheamus did to Bryan Danielson. No, I'm not ready.
Yeah, no, please. Let's just see Breaker run through somebody. We haven't seen really any of that on the main brand. Let's just see him just charge through Sheamus and his shillelagh. And let it happen fast, guys. It doesn't have to be 9 seconds, but let's let it happen fast. Out of nowhere, surprise, boom. It hasn't happened in a long time. And I feel like we need that to push Braun Breaker to be the beast that he's supposed to be.
Totally agree, 100%.
All right. Well, Randy, we lost a legend recently. A legend in commentating, Mr. Bob Uecker.
Yes, unfortunate Bob Uecker, a big part of baseball, and he loved wrestling, and a big part of wrestling in the early years as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, rest in peace, sir. I guess we should have started the program off with that as well. But in turn, yeah, definitely a legend in every single way.
Yeah, a great, honestly, just an amazing voice. Everybody knows that voice. If you don't know the name, you know the voice, folks. Anyways, let's move forward here with the show. It's one of Randy's favorite matches of the night. It's Bayley versus Nia Jax, and guess who's ringside, folks? It's cute little Roxanne Perez, that little devil that she is. Randy says that she's going to win the Women's Royal Rumble.
100%.
Do you believe it?
100%. Rox and Perez, one of NXT's greatest ever champions. I honestly believe it. Like, it's not a feel-good moment, I guess, in a way, but in turn, it definitely, especially with the NXT TNA stuff going on with their now announced collaboration, why not put her on the main roster now, as well as sort of boost all brands? Like, say the first NXT entry, because it'd be your first time entered into the Royal Rumble, and she's officially not on a roster to win it. And it just puts all the shine on NXT as well as on her. It is a feel-good moment for a brand. And it's definitely better than Nia Jax winning it. Or definitely better than Bayley winning it. But definitely better Charlotte Flair just walking in and winning it. Or a Becky Lynch.
No, I don't know about that.
100%
I don't know about
better.
that.
Well, again, go ahead. Sorry.
Everybody loves Becky. So if it's anybody else but Becky returning to win, then people will be mad. But if it's Becky returning to take the win, people will instantly understand it, man. That's where she fits. She's at the top of the totem pole. And where else do you go? You already have like the top, the tippy top of Rhea Ripley holding the belt. So you got to go somewhere.
Well,
also.
Here's where I disagree with you there, Eric B. I don't got your back on this one, sir.
Oh,
Taya Valkyria beat your Becky Lynch. Remember that in NXT? Yeah, beat her for the NXT title. So does a new person belong on top and go to WrestleMania that has amazing skill, persona, charisma, babyless, not expecting to have any babies? Yes, it's time. It's the Roxanne Perez time. And I think people would be more excited. She is not just the man, she is the brand.
Baby free since 2023. Roxanne Perez for president. No, not really.
No.
But to win the Royal Rumble, maybe. Let's do it, folks. Anyways, let's talk about this match. We are doing our absolute best to not talk about Nia Jax versus Bayley, probably just because we've seen it so many times. But it doesn't mean that these girls don't work well together, because they do. Including Bayley, who, hoists up Nia Jax for a belly to back suplex at one point that just looks crazy on the screen. Nia Jax at one point, the commentators, including Wade Barrett, say how much she has evolved recently. Wade Barrett says that she is an absolute treat to watch on the screen every week.
Yeah, treats are only given out at Halloween there, sir. But I totally disagree. But he is right. Nia Jax has been better. And I gave her compliments before. I don't need to give her a compliment each time I see her. Bayley is always definitely Bayley, which always puts in 100% and always puts on a good show. So yes,
exactly.
It was better than expected, even though we've seen it a million times.
Yeah, it was much better than expected. They know each other well. They know how to work with each other, and Bayley is always gonna throw out here. Bayley, in her first announcement here to come into Monday Night Raw, unfortunately takes the loss here to Nia Jax after she finally hits her Annihilator. Man, once she hits that, nobody's kicking out of it. It's just not even possible. If somebody kicks out of that move, then I feel like that has to be one of the most protected moves in all of pro wrestling. What do you think? Like the bonsai drop, in this case, Annihilator. Is that one of the most protected finishers?
I guess if you're going to put it on paper, yeah, I definitely would say that.
It's impossible to think that anybody can move their shoulders. It's impossible, right?
100%.
Like you would have to. Anyways, it wouldn't look good if somebody kicked out of it. But it also doesn't look good for Bayley to come over, make her announcement that she's here for Raw, and lose this match. Randy, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I didn't get it. I definitely thought Bayley was going over. But I get why as well Nia has to win, right? She has to look tough, maybe against Tiffany Stratton or whatever her next feud is going to be. They put the jetpack, the rocket fuel, on the back of Nia Jax as of late, comparably to Bailey. So maybe it's just the end, or the jetpack is getting a little less fueled in it, and maybe
Nobody
Bayley's
knows
turn
why.
is next. Nobody knows. Yes.
Nobody knows why. There's absolutely no reason for that. No, listen, she definitely has looked a lot better in the ring, and it was a decent match for what it was. I just thought it was strange that you instantly have Bailey take an L here with just a few weeks before the Rumble and coming over as maybe one of the new top stars on the brand. Speaking about top stars on the brand, Rhea Ripley, who was beaten up earlier by Nia Jax, is here. She's bruised and banged up, and she wants her revenge, and she's going to get it, folks. She is going to get it. We're also going to get to see Shane Helms. We always like it when the security comes out and the executives come out, because we always get to see faces that we know from the past. That's the Hurricane, folks, if you're not following. Randy, do you see any other secret faces there? Any Jason Jordans heading into the mix?
No. Was it Jason Jordan? Was it Noble out there? Because Jamie sometimes is out there as well.
Yeah, I think Noble was out there.
Yeah,
but
so...
the one that was right in camera was definitely Shane Helms, who also produces a lot of the matches for Monday Night Raw.
So seeing him right in the helm there, you definitely can presume that this was a match he definitely produced. He likes the spotlight. It's always been known that he definitely
stand back.
Yeah.
Stand back. There's a hurricane coming through, folks. And this match was a hurricane.
Or annihilator, anyways. At least for tonight's situation.
We got annihilated just like Bailey did it. All right, well, let's move forward. We're going to look quickly back to the match here between Damian Priest and Finn Balor last week, where they once again referred to the Falcon Arrow as a broken arrow. And then later on, folks, we also see a broken arrow referred to a Falcon Arrow, and then instantly referred to a Michinoku driver. What is going on with that?
Well, I can tell you one person that wouldn't have screwed that up. That would have been Pat McAfee. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
I was very confused. I stood there very confused as a fan. I was like, is there something I'm missing here? Can only heels use Michinoku drivers? Can only faces use Falcon arrows, broken arrows? Anyways, there's a lot of arrow action going on, folks. Let's move forward straight like an arrow with the review. And Chad Gable is in the back in the Judgment Day Clubhouse, and he wants to learn about the secret arts of lucha libre from the one dirty Dominic Mysterio. Okay, whatever. That's great. Let's move forward. Liv Morgan is there. She's still mad at Dom Mysterio, but she says she's not. We know how that works, ladies. We know what that means. Trust me, I know that very well right now.
Oh, wow.
Anyways.
Sorry to hear. Like, I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong. Lori talks to me like that all the time. There isn't. She says nothing's wrong. There's nothing wrong, right?
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know where you see the problem is.
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
All right. We look back quickly to Lyra Valkyria winning the inaugural women's... Okay, I'll stop. Women's Intercontinental title last week, and she's going to make it a bird. She's going to make it as birdie as possible. I hope that she gets her own custom belt that has feathers on it and wings. I would love that. We need more custom belts, man. We haven't had a custom belt in a long time, actually. Come to think about it. Like a personally branded belt. Who's the first person that deserves a personally branded belt currently holding a title, Randy?
Currently holding or currently could win one?
No, currently holding.
Kevin Owens.
Real titles?
It is a real title. It's the Winged Eagle, dude. What are you talking about? Hey, people, sometimes I can't have his back on this. He's telling everybody out there. Did you hear him? He said a real title. The Winged Eagle is not a real title. It was given.
It's the best belt ever.
Oh, here we go.
All right, never mind. When it's stolen, sir. Well, you know what? I guess possession is 2/3 of the law. So ultimately, No, you know what? I would love that. I would love a Canadian branded belt, and I feel like heel branded belts are always the way to go. I feel like face branded belts are just not as cool. So heel branded Canadian Owens, Canadian Kevin Owens belt, I'm down with that. I
There you
like
go.
it. All right. Well, like I said, it's Martin Luther King Day, folks, so we're gonna get a quick video there on that. I liked watching basketball all day long. And ultimately, yeah, it's a day that we definitely need to honor this man. What a weird day to do it, though. Inauguration Day just also happened at the same time somehow. Oh well. Notre Dame was also, in the championship game last night against the Ohio State Buckeyes. That was a hell of a game, definitely in the second half. They go back about the Notre Dame's coach being a huge wrestling fan and being there at SmackDown. Yeah, we're going to do our best to kind of cross brand and cross promote. Does TKO have any stake in that? Like, what's
No,
going on there?
no, 100%. Maybe they just had a commercial.
You know what? I mean, maybe they were just trying to make it like, say, for example, during the game, the president always comes and speaks to both teams. Maybe they were trying to make it just as official as possible. Real sports feel here on Netflix, folks. So we're going to talk about big things. You know who should have been in attendance? Luka Doncic. That guy should have been in attendance. He's currently injured. We know he's just chilling in Dallas anyways, and we know that he loves wrestling. So he should have been there.
Yeah, Luca, where were you?
Where were you, Luka? Well, anyways, we know where Sami Zayn is. He's still there, and he's talking to Seth Rollins. He appreciates their talk last week. Rollins is glad to hear it, but he knows that he'll throw the other out of the ring in the Royal Rumble. Yeah, we know that. Karrion Kross is also shown there smiling in the back, just plotting and making his way eventually to Monday Night Raw. Apparently, he's there on the brand. Who's his first opponent on Raw? Randy.
Angel.
Netflix Raw, I mean. Sorry.
Angel Garza.
Oh, God.
What?
They're busy with the New Day.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what, Randy? That's a nice little segue, actually, as you're talking about luchadors and non-LWO luchador, the king of luchadors currently in pro wrestling and WWE. Mr. Penta is here, and he's going to take on the bruiserweight Pete Dunne. When I heard about this match happening, I was like, yes, you just keep on booking. Tough guy against tough guy, guys that are just going to smack the living crud out of each other. I tried not to swear. I tried. I did well, Randy. I did well. And this is a great match. Like I mentioned at the start, Pentagon has some new pinwheel fireworks that are just insane. His pyro is crazy, dude. His pyro budget is amazing. Flames, pinwheel fireworks. Randy, can they make this guy look like any more of a star or what?
Yes.
How?
I seen the same video that I seen for your Penta debut, and with the 4 boxes of like little the sparkle wall, the firewall from week 1, and last night was the pinwheels. It was 4 boxes, man. You ever see Cody Rhodes come out? Cody Rhodes doesn't have 40 boxes; he has 440. The camera angle's a little wider. So yeah, add another 400 boxes, but I get what you're saying. Penta looked amazing.
Listen, if you listen to Huge Pop, folks, because we can hear Drew McIntyre talk about the entire pyro budget. It's the best thing ever, actually, especially Cody's pyro budget. But yeah, Penta looks incredible coming out into the ring. When you have gear as good as that La Parka gear, you can't switch that stuff up every week like he used to do on the other brand. Guy looks like a star, and listen, these guys have some extensive history on the indie scenes, and we see them break out some of their indie classics in this match, including Pete Dunne, going after the fingers. Pete Dunne. Randy.
That's great.
Yeah, he goes after the fingers for the fingers snap, which I used to love. Penta goes after the sacrifice at one point. Also, gotta love that. These guys are just tossing each other around on the hardest part of the ring and the softest part of the ring. No, they're not. But no, this is just another good showing here from Penta. He looks great. He's taken a beating here, but he just keeps on going. The selling between both guys is also excellent. We eventually see the end here with another Penta driver finish, and Penta takes his second win against a notable opponent in WWE. Now, I'm not saying that Pete Dunne, or as you used to refer to him, Butch, is a star by any means, but is he one of those guys that fans love as one of the tougher guys in wrestling? Hell yes, he is. And they look really good in the ring together. Randy, what were your thoughts on this match?
100%. This was a George Iceman Destiny era main event.
Oh yeah,
match.
That's true.
100%. The tying of the mask, old school lucha libre there. Chad Gable was tied up with somebody else when he should have been watching. Should have been watching this match here with the tying of the mask. That's almost like every 8th match in AAA CMLL. But yeah, it was a really good match. Normally when you would see this on a card, I'm not saying people wouldn't get excited, but with the cards that we've had as of late on WWE, this is definitely, it's just Penta. Everybody's just saying Penta, right? But this was a great wrestling match. There was great wrestling tonight. So yeah, it was good.
Yep, another 10-minute showing here for Penta. It looks like we're kind of giving them 10 minutes every time that he runs out here, and we're making him special. We're not saddling. Maybe that's another thing too. They don't want to saddle him with like an LWO membership or affiliation or Rey Mysterio, even though he said last week on camera in the back that Rey Mysterio is the reason why he's there and somebody that he always looked up to. But yeah, Penta is hitting the ground running here, and who knows where this stops. Who knows where this stops? He's definitely being well received by the audience, and those mask sales are something, folks. You can't stop merchandise. Merchandise means a lot to these brands. Let's just put it like that. Talking about somebody who is extremely good at merchandise, we're going to get a quick video here on Logan Paul. Randy, did you hear that rumor that Logan Paul apparently either wants to take time off to prepare for a match against Conor McGregor or get $250 million from WWE? Did you hear that?
Yeah, I saw the picture with them all, the brothers together with Conor going to the inauguration lunch yesterday. Like, I don't know about how real that picture is or whatever. It could be AI, but it looked pretty damn real to me. Yeah, 250 mil, dude. Would you ask for time off? That's a lot of money. But I don't think that should happen. I don't.
No, I don't think so either. I don't know the legitimacy of that claim, right? But I know that Logan Paul definitely makes a ton of money outside of the WWE, so it's not something that he really needs, but it's something that he's proven that he loves. And man, having him in any Royal Rumble match just makes it better. He is one of those 100%. Guys who's going to make it more fun, more exciting, and we're going to see a crazy spot. That's for sure.
I'm hearing there's a rumor too. Again, this is on multiple wrestling source sites out there. That I'm sorry for distracting away from this a little. That Logan Paul actually wants to do like a 3-way match, and the opponents being Rey Mysterio, Damian Priest, and Bad Bunny when they go back to the country. So imagine Logan Paul against Bad Bunny. It can work. That's money.
I love it.
It's money.
No, I love it. Not only the money, but as far as the way that the guys work, I like it as well. Bad Bunny has proven that he can work, man. He can go. He loves this. It's like serious for him. It's a big deal. But when you make that much money, not having to put your body through things, I think that there's also like, a benefit to that, and maybe taking 100%. Some time off. But he wants another match, and dude, if it happens in Puerto Rico again, his entrance was insane the first time. The chills that you felt. Speaking about chills, here's CM Punk in the crowd for a nice little chat. And CM Punk is going after everybody in the Royal Rumble. He can't see John Cena throwing him out. Sami Zayn is not on his level. Even Hulk Hogan, he's going to take his dusty ass and throw him out of the ring and end Hulkamania forever. Randy, I could just see poor Jason Gimpy Mitchell there yelling at the screen and air punching as he said that. Man, he pissed off some Hogan fans last night.
Hogan, he pissed off like a lot. He called a lot of people out in this promo, and I think pretty much all the Hogan fans are pissed off at Hogan. The only Hogan fans left are the ones that buy the toys. So, but realistically, and Saturday night's main event, I think they're gonna have a hard time. I'm hearing in background that they may not even have Hogan do as much as he was supposed to do for Saturday night's main event. So, and it's the week of, so I have no clue. But this promo was absolutely fire. This is why Punk is here. There's rumors too. I have to confirm. This may have only been seen internationally, and for those with Netflix subscribers without ads. So if you had ads, you may have not seen this promo. So I did put it at the beginning of our show here today, a clip of it. So definitely take a listen because it was good. He doesn't like anybody. He's here to defeat everybody. John Cena, I haven't seen him. No, you know what I mean? It was great.
And you know what? You actually might be on point with that comment too, because they really just gave him a couple of minutes here to talk. It was like 2.5 minutes of him in the crowd, and he was definitely ad-libbing. Jackie Redmond's response to the Hogan line is enough to prove to you that she was not ready for what was coming out of his mouth. It was quick, it was fast, it was furious, and we got onto the show afterwards. So yeah, maybe it was one of those things that was thrown in during the ad sections. People like Rob Arbic, I think, has ads. Rob, tell us how that worked, please. Anyways, match of the night here, Randy. It's the Pure Fusion Collective versus Damage Control. No, not really. But we have to put them on TV eventually, right? So here they are. Sorry. I sorry. I don't know what to say, Randy. This match was there, right? This match was there. Luckily, it was a very short match. We didn't have to see too much of it. Shayna Baszler's there. Somehow Shayna Baszler just looks worse and worse every time she's in the ring with this group, in my opinion. She's got to be separated immediately and pushed back to that NXT greatness that she used to have. Zoe Stark also kind of came in hot, and they saddled her with the whole Trish thing, and then with this. And Sonya Deville's there as well. Anyways, Io Sky gets the win here for the team with the over the moonsault, and that's it. It was not much for me, dude. I can't really talk too much more about this.
It was better than I would have predicted. Yes, I did watch it all.
What did you predict it to be?
I thought it would be like a bad match. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad at all to me. You know what I think about the PFC. Yeah, you know me. We call it PFC. You know.
Let's be honest about this here.
Well, I'm being. Let's be. But I get it. Why you wouldn't like it, and I didn't think it was as bad as I thought it was going to be. So that's all.
Okay, I feel like these are like speed opponents, right? WWE kind of speed opponents. I don't know if they're making it as the Raw Netflix era is supposed to be like a new era, but you do have to build some new stars, I guess. So you got to do what you got to do. I just don't see them building anybody for this. I really don't. Who got built up in this match?
Io Sky.
You okay? Did you just?
Yeah. No, I forgot to say something earlier on. I'll do it in this corner. But Io Sky did. Io Sky.
Okay, that's great. Anyways, redemption for the fight on Gosh, definitely not Dakota Kai. Okay. Redemption for the taking of Kairi Sane's hand and closing it in that box, which looked kind of nasty. Yep. The way that it was gimmicked or not, it looked really nasty. We'll just put it like that. And you know what else is really nasty? The feud, the longtime feud going on between Seth Freakin Rollins and Drew McIntyre. We're going to get a quick little video package here. This is a WrestleMania rematch, folks, and they don't like each other. Randy, does anybody dislike each other right now in the WWE more than Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre?
Yeah, Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns. or Drew McIntyre and anybody in the bloodline. And if you want to hear Drew McIntyre, they are on Huge Pop tomorrow with Donnie De Silva and Jimmy Caderas on Huge Pop Radio. Don't miss this interview at all. You can find it on all podcasting platforms and TSN 690. But no, you're right. At this time, I repeat, at this time, Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre don't like each other that much.
Ooh, Randy planting some seeds. Some seeds have been planted. And you know what? Like Randy said, it's actually, I'll say it right now. It's cold as heck here in Ontario. And even people like poor Rob Arbic are waking up to minus 40 in the morning. So go ahead, get onto the Huge Pop Radio hub. Go listen to some Drew and have yourself a nice fresh bowl of Drew stew with a side of McIntyre bread.
There you go. That's good.
All right. But Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre here, and they's are going to have some fights. They's definitely going to have some fights in this main event feel. Another Netflix main event that's definitely delivering here. It's delivering the goods, delivering all the goods, even the feel-good moments as well, which is unfortunate for Drew McIntyre. But like I said, at one point in this match, I just get heavily confused when Seth goes for a Falcon Arrow, which is then countered into a Michinoku driver. And earlier in the show, we showed a replay of a broken arrow through a table. There's just a lot of things going on. It's a lot for one move.
There's a lot, yeah.
It's a lot. But this match is great. This match is definitely great. We see these two jumping all over the ring, some swanton bombs. Like I said, Drew is always going to be looking for that Claymore. We know it can come out of nowhere. The first one is going to miss. The first stop attempt is also going to miss. Man, Netflix love themselves some counters, Randy. Some missed finishers and counters. They do love themselves that. You know what they don't love, though, in WWE? The original pedigree. Anytime that Seth Rollins does a pedigree, it's not as impactful as Triple H.
Not to us, yes, 100%.
Not to us. It's still real to us, damn it.
That's right.
It is still real to us, damn it. You know what else is another thing that used to be like a real game changer in matches?
The size of donuts at Tim Hortons?
I like to call it ring postitis, folks.
Oh, okay.
When you shove your opponent's shoulder as fast and furious as you can into the ring post. That happens to Drew twice in this match, and he continues. Man, you used to take out a guy's arm doing that, and that used to be like close to the finish. Am I wrong in that? I don't know. Maybe I'm not here.
Oh, Drew's shoulders are as big as the ring post. In most cases, it may take a couple of times.
Yeah, this is true. Well, anyways, getting towards the end of the match here, we have Seth Rollins just yelling a lot of things. He's just angry there. He's yelling there at Drew McIntyre, which gets him caught into a future shock DDT. McIntyre goes for a clothesline, tries for a second. Rollins reverses this into a roll-up pin. Our second reversal roll-up of the night here with Seth Rollins taking the win. I guess the face got the win here, but Seth Rollins has been kind of heelish recently. Randy, what do you think about that comment?
About what? Heelish?
Yeah, Seth is sort of more of a, like, was this a good heel? Was this a good heel versus heel match?
I don't really. Drew's definitely a heel, but Seth is like a tweener because he is still sort of talking to Sami up to this point. He does have like a vendetta. He's not as hard as Kevin Owens, but in turn, he's not like a Rey Mysterio, right? In putting stuff across. So I would say he's definitely a tweener. You get his point. Maybe a little loner, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, these are like two of your top 3 stars on your brand at this moment who are going to be there out of the guys who are going to be there working every week, these are your top 2 guys. Anywhere else in the top 5, when we want to talk about non-performers or non-weekly performers, of course, Roman has to go up there. Of course, CM Punk has to go up there as well. But these are like your 2 attractions at the very moment. You have a strong match between the 2 of these guys. Afterwards, Drew just can't accept the losses. We know that Drew does not like to accept losses. He does not like to lose. And Seth Rollins tries to get up valiantly, throwing a few punches, but Seth gets hit by Drew McIntyre's Claymore, which just comes off with like a half an inch of space to come off, man. That was like the best out of nowhere Claymore I've seen in a long time. That popped me huge.
It's a great move.
Absolutely great move, man. Just a great move by a great performer and a great man that you can listen to this week on Huge Pop Radio. Randy, that's it for the show here. Sami is there to try to run out and save the day, but unfortunately, like we said at the start of the show, tries to have the back of Seth Rollins, but misses Drew and hits a haluva kick right to Seth's face as we fade to black. What will happen next week because of this? One can only imagine. But Randy, that's officially it for this episode. So, what were your thoughts of this week's episode of Monday Night Raw live on Netflix?
What were my thoughts, Eric B? What were my thoughts of this week's episode from a big gold town of Dallas, Texas? That's supposed to be country. That fucking sucks. Sorry about that. Sorry, people. Well, welcome to In This Corner.
Love you, Randy.
Make love to me, Randy, please.
Randy, that's enough. Mr. Randy.
Randy.
Welcome to In This Corner with Zayn.
Well, Eric B, my thoughts were great. All matches, including the women's match, all matches were great tonight. Tonight was a great old wrestling night. That's what exactly I enjoy. No, other than the main event, were there any big headliners? Like, was it as strong as a card as the first 2 weeks? I would have to say no. But the wrestling, there was no lack thereof. Even that PFL match actually was better than some of the women's wrestling that happened the 2 weeks previous. So that's a lot to say. Nia Jax, why didn't you put her in your top 5 performers on Raw, Eric B? I don't know. Oh, and the thing I forgot, we were talking about Rey Mysterio coming and winning tonight against Kofi Kingston. That was great. But I was yesterday years old when I found out that Santos Escobar was King Cuerno on Lucha Underground. Yesterday, years old. That's what I forgot. Who knew? Who knew? Not me. But this was a great episode. I still give it 5 bananas. We're on a streak here. 5 bananas, 3 weeks in a row. That's amazing. And I'm looking forward to Saturday night's main event. And I'm looking forward to Royal Rumble. And I'm looking forward to Elimination Chamber. These stories are absolutely amazing. Just like WWE and the feel-good moments on Netflix. This was In This Corner.
We hope you guys are feeling as good as we are after watching that episode of Monday Night Raw on Netflix, because it is a feel-good era, folks. Eventually, Netflix, you're going to have to give us, like, a moment. Just like in all of your great shows. In all of your great shows, we see things coming out of nowhere. I feel like we're building us up and up and up. And then eventually, we're going to have, like, a crucifixion live on WWE. No, probably not. Probably not. But, folks, that was this week's episode of me and Randy, your Raw dogs, doing Monday Night Raw. So thank you so much for listening. Randy, where can people go ahead and message you or send you gifts, or, maybe even you have a wish list or something you want people to buy you things from? Like, where can they do that?
Well, you can message us on the YouTubes. Yes, our YouTubes is growing even more and more each week. I'm not really understanding it. No, not really. I do understand it. You guys are simps and you like Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. It's all good. And so do we. Don't worry. But you can message us on the YouTubes. That's youtubes.com/DrawStrawsRaw. But yeah, or go to our Facebook group, facebook.com/The Hub Radio. Huge Pop Radio, The Hub. Sorry, I apologize. And message that. And I forgot to say even earlier on, go listen to Jimmy, Storytime with Jimmy. His 5-minute shows are absolutely incredible about things in the past. Kai and Tai was the topic of the week this week. Or yeah, go to Instagram. I'm on Instagram. I'm We the Dark Order North. Yes, I have that old one. And on the X's, yes, I am adopted. But Eric B, where can they find you? Where can they find you? And this is absolutely all for free, folks. We don't charge. We don't ask for tips. We don't ask for gifts here.
No.
On the great, oh, wow, I'm going to say that. The worst WWE Raw review. Put on some, depending where you look up, top 1% on the internet. So, yeah, no gifts, please. I don't want any money. Eric might. So go to THT, the handshaking team, and buy his Razzies. So
send Randy bananas. That's all you have to do. That's the gifts that we need. Just lots of bananas. Put a stamp on it, folks. You don't need to put it in an envelope or anything else. But yeah, go ahead, message us on the YouTubes. Follow us on our wonderful YouTubes or Facebook. That's definitely the way to go. Remember, folks, the Earth itself is 4.5 billion years old, and somehow we live in the same time as Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. Gotta be thankful for that. We also live in the Raw Netflix era, so thank you guys for listening. Until the next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and continue to live your lives watching Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan.
Live, laugh, and love wrestling.
Deuces! Deuces!
I'm Chiquita Banana, and I've come to say bananas have to ripen in a certain way, and when they're flecked with brown and have a golden hue, bananas taste the best and are the best for you. You can put them in a salad. Grief? No, not yet, my dear. That greenish way you're looking means that you are ripe for cooking.
How about me?
No. When you are fully ripe, my dear, those little flecks of brown appear.
Me?
You're most digestible, my friend, delicious too from end to end. You can put them in a pie, any way you want to eat them. It's impossible to beat them, but bananas like the climate of the very, very tropical equator. So you should never put bananas in the refrigerator. Bananas are a solid food that doctors now include in baby's diet. And since they are so good for baby, I think we all should try it. Oh! See?